Hey guys, Beast here, welcome back to another video. This will be a on-foot combat zone guide video. Simples on how you do it, so yeah. Once you are in a station, to actually get into the combat zone, you will need to head up the stairs to this lady here, or man. Once you have clicked find conflict zones if the system is actually in conflict, it will come up as a map and you will see the little symbols that have crosses above them are the combat zones. There are 3 types of combat zones. You have low combat zones, which are the easiest. They hold 120,000 gold. You have the medium ones which hold 200,000 and the high ones that hold 300,000. Now, I suggest going medium for beginners as the low is extremely easy. But once you pick the conflict zones, you'll see this screen. It basically tells you the threat level, who you're fighting for, what their government is like, your influence with them, where the combat zone is, all that stuff. If you wish to change who you are fighting for, click the I'd like to manage my subscription thingy, and that can mean you can change. If not, click continue and head to the dropship down here. Anyway, I will see you when I'm on the planet. The dropship is just like a Apex Interstellar thing, but anyway, we are approaching the conflict zone. Now, the dropship will drop you off inside the conflict zone, so you don't need to worry about that. If you are wondering what equipment I'm using for this, I'm using the same equipment as I use for my settlement raiding. Link to the video explaining the equipment I use will be on a card and in the description. Anyway, when you drop, you can be lucky and spawn with a few people on your side, or you cannot be lucky and just spawn yourself. Completely depends. But anyway, when you drop, the first thing you'll notice is the green and red bars. These are the amount of reserves your team and the enemy team are willing to put into the fight. There are 2 ways to decrease the enemies and the work on your team, depending on how well the enemies do. The first way is killing the target. This will reduce the enemy's points by 5, and if one of your guys die, it will reduce your points by 5. The best way to actually hit the target is to wait for them to stop moving. As you can see, I'm not doing too much of a good job. If they are hiding behind something, and you are better at grenade throws than I am, you can throw a grenade and hit them from behind. But the missiles, which is what this dude is using, they are extremely strong, but you can quite easily avoid them. But that is the first way to reduce the enemy's reserves. Onto the next way, and the best way in my opinion. The next way is by capturing these points you will see on the map. Capturing one of these points will reduce the enemy's reserves by 100. You will need to stand inside the blue circle around them, and as you can see, it has a capturing bar. The more of your team that are in here, the faster it will go. These are some of the most contested areas, so expect to be shot here. Use cover. That's one of the best things you can do. Get behind cover. But the best way to actually conquer the conflict zones as a whole are just to look for these areas and go straight towards them, since they do that. As well, conflict zones are pretty helpful on money. They give a decent bit of money. Anyway, there is one more thing I want to show you about the conflict zones, and that is what happens when you die. So, I'm going to, let's do kill me, shoot a bit, target me, thank you. Right, so when you die, don't worry, you won't lose anything. When you have loaded back off the critically injured page, you will be spawned in the dropship. In the dropship, you can still see the reserves, you can retreat from the conflict zone, and you can change your suits. Now bear in mind, the suits, you cannot make a new loadout, you can only change the loadout. But anyway, back onto the ground and I'll show you what happens when you win. So here we are, one person away nearly from the conflict zone ending. That's basically what happens when the reserves run out. Everyone gets one life. And bang, battle's won. So once the bar goes down, you technically have won, you just need to kill all the enemies once. But when the fight is over, you can either explore the settlement, not much point doing it, or you can click E on your keyboard. Now, if you click E, you will be met with a menu which shows you how you did in the conflict and your reputation changes. This is just a little bit of information about what happened. If you click close, and then you can click E again, you will call a dropship to come take you back to the station where you departed from. Now, when you are back at the station, you can head to the same person which gave you the transport here. You can redeem your bonds from there, or come back down to the settlement again to do another round. You can, however, if you just want to do another round straight up, you can just relog and it will restart the conflict zone. However, I don't know if that method makes it so you can respawn. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay awesome. If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye!